Hi, this is the video for Wednesday, January 20th for 11th grade English. So today it's a short video because we're working on the précis paragraphs, and that's mostly student work time. But I'm going to model how you would go about getting started with that today. So you can see the topic is outlining my model and then just timed workshop. So let's get into the outline. The précis has a really specific structure, and all an outline is building the structure for a piece of writing. I know very, very, very few people who are able to sit down at a blank piece of paper and generate a well-organized piece of writing. Certainly, I'm not one of these people. I need to think about what I'm going to do, and then I have to create a plan for how I'm going to do it. That is an outline. You've probably done them before. You might not have done one for something as small as a paragraph, but it's as helpful with a paragraph as it is with a longer essay. Here is what I recommend you do. Looking at the précis structure, there is a very specific guide for what a précis looks like, and it's here under step 1. The structure of a rhetorical précis. Sentence 1. Name the author, genre, and title of work. Date, in parentheses, a rhetorically active verb, and a that clause that contains the major assertion, the claim, or the thesis. It's a lot for one sentence, but everything is very clearly explained what needs to go in there. Sentence 2, an explanation of how the author develops and supports the thesis. Sentence 3, a statement of the author's apparent purpose, followed by an in order to phrase. And lastly, sentence 4, a description of the intended audience and or the relationship the author establishes with the audience. So who is this for? All right, I would take all of this like that and copy it. Control C, or you could right click, go to copy. And then open up your big Google Doc. The BGD is where you'll submit your précis paragraphs to me. So I'd go to the place where you're going to write your paragraphs, and I'd paste Control V, or you could right click here, the structure. And now you have a guide right where you need to write, your paragraph. So let's say I pick text number 1 as the letter from Robert E. Lee. I could even copy it a little bit here. Sentence 1. I need to name the author, genre, and title of the work. In Robert E. Lee's letter is the genre. Dated August 5th, 1869. He captures in a that clause his belief that. All right, and now I have to include my claim. I will have already thought about this at this point. I'm not just coming up with this out of my head, and I encourage you to do the same. You've got your piece in front of you, you're reading it, you're thinking about the group note-taking document, and then you are making your claim. That memorials keep open the sores of war, and it would be better to forget the war entirely. That is, oops, he believes memorials should not be established. Sentence 1. Sentence 2. An explanation of how the author develops and supports the thesis. He supports this thesis by noting other countries who have committed to oblivion. The marks of civil strife. And he asserts that he believes America would do well to learn from them. Sentence 3. His purpose is to explain his absence. On the field of battle, as they commemorate what happened at Gettysburg. But he reaches a larger purpose, to establish his view that any such commemoration is an activity fraught with error. All right, sentence 4, a description of the intended audience. Because Lee addresses his letter only to the director of the memorial service at Gettysburg, his audience is limited. However, he would have known that director to be a leader in the work of remembering the Civil War, and so his audience is an important one if he wishes to explain his view on being remembered. He does not wish to be remembered. All right, so I have to clean it up a little. I think I have too many colons, but that's not the purpose of the drafting process. I'm just trying to get out my thoughts in this outline. And I've done so. If I want to formalize it, I'd go back and delete the words sentence 1, sentence 2. Obviously, that's not necessary. That's just what I did to organize my thoughts. And then I'd pull all this together so it looks tight and nice. And I'd double space here. Oops. And I have basically generated my first drafts for my first paragraph. Really helped me to have the outline right there. It sort of took away the work of me having to really consider what to put next. And that is the benefit of an outline. All right, I hope this helped, and I encourage you to write or outline your first paragraph today.